All right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is another installment of the I Can't Make This Up podcast. I'm your host, the Landover Legend, aka Big T. And I'm here with a special guest of mine, an old friend, old classmate, old neighborhood ne'er do well.
Yeah.
On some 2003 shit.
Yes, indeed, man. Hooligans.
Exactly.
Yes,
You know what I'm
indeed.
saying? PG County is one of those things that's going to be in the history books. I see it, and that whole era, that whole spinning rims, rubber bands on the ankles of the jeans, um, uh, designer painted shirts,
Yes, indeed,
going
man.
to go-go's. That
Yeah.
whole era is something that's cemented in the back of my mind, and I know it is for this brother too.
Yes, indeed.
My guest today is the owner and I guess inventor and head chef, I'm assuming,
Yes, indeed.
of Simply Decadence Catering.
Yes, indeed.
Won't you introduce yourself to the people for me?
Yeah, man. This is Emmanuel Taiwo, man, also known as E-Man. Chef Taiwo, many names, but, man right here. Yes, indeed, man. How y'all doing today?
Hey, man. Tell the people a little bit about your business.
So basically, man, we run a catering service, man. Run a catering service. Try to do fine dining, but we meet all needs. We meet Southern comfort, Asian style, whatever you need, man. I guarantee you we can get that to you. We also are moving into infusions, So for the bachelor parties, the girls' nights, all that. We got what y'all need, man. Holla at your boy, man. Y'all can reach me at Simply Decadence. I believe it's underscores over there. I will check that out and get that back to you before this interview is over. But Simply Decadence Catering at IG, man. Instagram. Yes, indeed.
Website coming soon.
Yes, indeed. You already know.
Okay. So, why catering?
Man, cooking was always something special to me. I was a fat boy when I was younger. I used to look after myself when I got back from school, man. So, mom worked long hours, So I was the youngest, so I beat everybody back from school when they was in high school, middle school. So, man, I used to be in there Super Nintendo, Super Punch Out and bacon. Super Punch Out and bacon, man. That's one of my early memories right there. So yeah, back then it was just fooling around, man. But as I got older and just learned I had to take care of myself, sometimes, and I was in there, man. Mom Dukes cook, older sister cook. I guess it just trickled down to me, man. So I made a career out of it, honestly, And yeah, that's how that happened.
What was one of the first things you ever cooked?
One of the first things I would have to probably go back to bacon, man.
Bacon?
Yeah, just bacon, just straight bacon. Yeah, you feel me?
So kids usually back in the day would grab a couple cookies, put that on a napkin with some milk. You went and cooked up 6 pieces of bacon.
I went and cooked up bacon. You hear me? Like, man, from early childhood, man, from them breakfasts, man. Them salty snacks was where it was at. So, I had to see what was that, man. I was always, what can I say, a curious person that, wanted to see if I could do something. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Back then, I knew that God was with me because I ain't burned down the house. You hear me? So, yeah, you hear me? 6, 7 years old, cooking bacon. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things could go wrong. So, back then that showed me that I had, some skill with that. So, I took it from there and then, went with that.
So you could say that you developed a passion for it at a young age.
I would definitely say that.
Okay. I wouldn't say that I had a passion for cooking, but I like to eat.
Exactly.
I don't think I ever lost that urge, as you can see. But that's neither here nor there.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed.
So how did you get started catering?
Honestly, it just kind of that's a good question. I guess it kind of just fell in my lap, to tell you the truth, man. Friends, family tasted my cooking. From there, just went to I'm having a party. Can you do this, do that? You know what I'm saying, for me, for real. Putting a price tag on it and running with that. Word of mouth spreads fast. You feel what I'm saying? So from that, one brings three, and then there you have it for real. I think that's how it truly happened. Because I don't really remember, like, not before I was getting orders, like sitting down and being like, I'm gonna start this. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think when the orders start coming in, that made my mind go into like hustle mode. You feel what I'm saying? And being like, I'm about to start a true catering service. You feel what I'm saying? So I think from that's where it picked up at. I think that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed.
So when did you start?
I would like to say around probably 2013, 14. Me and my sister started. Me and my sister started doing it. You know what I'm saying? Doing it as a family thing, and it just grew from there. Yeah.
Okay, so she I guess obviously has a passion for cooking like you.
Oh, most definitely. If you ever get a chance, man, Sweet Creations on IG, man, check that out for your cake needs. You know what I'm saying? Pastries, any type of desserts, cooking, soul food. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? She does that. Real talk.
Okay,
Yes,
I'll make
indeed.
sure I get that information, and I'll
Yes,
post
indeed.
that link. Everybody go check them out because
Appreciate that.
especially it's fall.
Yeah.
And people gonna be looking for those sweets when they in the house.
Yes, indeed.
So plus birthdays and all that good stuff.
Yes, indeed.
Football season.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying? And even though they in the bubble, we still was looking forward to this regardless to everything else that's going on. At least for me.
I think it was a much needed distraction, man. I think a lot of people were going crazy just being stuck in the house, no sports to watch, no, can I say, no separation from the evils that go on in humans' minds sometimes for real for us. I think it was a nice distraction that came right on time, man. We never really had, not that I can remember, basketball season and football season together. That's definitely a pleasure right there. Real talk.
Yeah. I mean, you got to look at it like this. Back in April, May, they had Baby Boy on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had nothing.
Yes, indeed.
There was not enough reruns.
You hear me?
They played a movie on ESPN. I was like, I got to be looking at BET. This has to be the wrong channel.
You hear me? So yeah, man, that came perfect timing, man, right there for real.
Who's your team?
I got to rock with 49ers. I'm a diehard 49ers fan. Basketball, it's a little bit more tricky. I follow more like the person or the player. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I was a diehard Garnett fan. You feel what I'm saying? That was my dog right there. So I was a Timberwolves Celtics fan. But now I got to rock with Dame Lillard, man. I think that's my favorite player right there. You know what I'm saying? Right now, man. You feel
Consistently.
What I'm saying? Yes, indeed.
I feel the same way because, after the 90s, you started seeing these super teams pop up.
True.
And it just became like, it almost came like a curated thing like wrestling was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait a minute, this is happening a little bit more than I thought.
It did take away from it. It took away from the competition aspect of it. But honestly, we always had super teams. It just wasn't as many as it is now. You feel what I'm saying? I think
could you really call it a super team or well-rounded?
Celtics.
I mean, period.
Lakers.
A super?
I mean, they were kind of super teams, though. They were kind of Magic, you know what I'm saying?
Late 80s, early 2000s.
I think this era, it started with that big three in Boston.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? It started with that big three in Boston. But, I mean, they were some nice super teams back in the 80s and, like, you know what I'm saying, early 90s, though. That Boston team was a super team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That Boston team was a super team. and that Laker team was a super team. But they built it though. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, like it is now. Like, you know what I'm saying, players got together and was like, we're going to do this, you know, like this, and we're going to all sign with this team, and it's going to be like that. A lot of the Jones back in the day, they was either signed or drafted. You feel what I'm saying? But they were superpowers though. They were superpowers though. I could say that. You feel what I'm saying? I see where you're coming from with the well-roundedness. I do see that. But we got to be honest. Like, you winning, you know what I'm saying, 3 peats, and you know what I'm saying, 2 times. That's a super team.
Well, I think that a lot of people don't give credit to the players of the past because a lot of them was chain smoking and playing in chucks.
Oh, most definitely.
All game.
Most definitely.
And look at Larry Bird. Larry Bird was really Josh Slow. He was Josh Slow.
He gave that old man game.
Exactly.
Though, man.
He was giving the behind the back.
Real talk. You hear me?
Pass.
You hear me? He gave that good old, you know what I'm saying, old man game. Like, he about to go work on the car as soon as he get about that job.
Basketball right here. This is what you about to get. You about to get all this.
Yes, indeed. But nah, that was good. That was good basketball. That was good entertainment back in the day, though. Because that, you know what I'm saying, that with the fouls and that, that was good basketball right there, for real, man. It's a lot of flopping going on nowadays. You feel what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Don't get me wrong. It is what it is. It makes for more exciting basketball. I would say that. You feel what I'm saying? More threes, more dunks and things like that, for real. But, you know, you kind of miss that, you know what I'm saying, that grunginess of it that, you know what I'm saying, we had back in the day, though, for real. You feel what I'm saying? That's the era I think I grew up in, for real. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just old. What can I say? You know what I'm saying? That's always back there in the mind,
you
man.
and me both.
Yeah, you hear me?
I mean, so because there isn't a real time gap or real spread out of superstars or people who have the ability to shine, you know, stick out from the crowd. There's a lot more of that. So, you know, back in those days, you had Magic Johnson, Will Chamberlain, Isaiah Thomas, but now, and I mean, you know, that's what basketball was. You know what I'm saying? It kind of blew up when you added the black people to the element. Not that I'm saying that race has anything to do with this particular thing that I'm saying, but now you have possibly 8 to 10 stars on the team, depending on what team it is and depending on what year you're talking about. And the number grows. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, when Shaq came through, when Muggsy Bogues came through, when Charles Barkley came through, you know, now you had, you know, a person in this conference or this set of people in this conference, and now it's pretty much the deck is stacked on both sides. So it's like now it's really who just has the advantage or, you know, who's more popular than the next person. Not even when it comes to basketball. I'm talking about shit they do with their cars or they do with their girls or what movie they've been in. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the whole competition when it comes between athletes kind of moved out of this whole, you know, entertainment side, at least with basketball. Well, no, I can't even say in basketball. It grew into all sports, if you think about it.
Most definitely. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's just the day and age that we in. It's more, we have more exposure to them now. You feel what I'm saying? Through social media and things like that. So it's a lot. It's easier to get famous now. It's a lot easier to get famous now. And most of the time we know a person even before he shows that he's a superstar on the court or something like that, or on the field or something like that, for real. And we're already like, we already feel like we know the person just through the social media aspect of it. And I think that's just where we are right now, for real. And it's a beautiful thing, though, honestly, to tell you the truth. Because back in the day, you know, I think TV or, you know, the broadcast network, they control the narrative of a person. You feel what I'm saying? I think now we're able to control our own narrative. You feel what I'm saying? That's definitely a beautiful thing. I would like to see people control it a little bit better, but that's just my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? But that is what that is. It's a beautiful thing that we live in nowadays. But I think it's I think it's a Peter Parker effect, with great what's the phrase I'm looking for?
With great power comes
Great power comes great responsibility type shit. You feel what I'm saying? But I think we'll get there. I think we'll get there if we're not there already. You feel what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't realize that they're not just famous; they become influencers. Without it, what I'm saying, dawning on them that I got 15 million people following me, and some people are very impressionable, and they might think that this is the way things should be done, or my lifestyle is the style to be. What I'm saying, sought after, and I'm like, a lot of people don't know how to think for themselves, and they don't realize that certain people only have what I'm saying, your social media to look to because of they might have a bad home situation or something like that, or that might be their only escape from whatever they're dealing with. But people don't think about that. They just say, hey, I'm only this person, I'm only me. What I'm saying, I can't control that. But when it comes to common decency, a lot of people ain't really on that.
I will say this. It's a bit of a two-edged sword, if I should say. 'Cause a lot of people didn't ask for it. A lot of people don't ask to be a role model. They really just trying to live their life. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I get that. But I also get that it's kids out here that are looking at you like, I want to be this person. You feel what I'm saying? It's impressionable kids that just running around. You feel what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you know what I'm saying? We running around on the field and like, shit, I want to be Barry Sanders. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to juke this way, juke that way, be Barry Sanders. If we was to see, you know what I'm saying, like Barry Sanders doing that or doing this, we going to be like, shit, maybe I should do it. Maybe that's what's giving them his juke move. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and that's just the kid in us. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we all just humans, though. We all just humans that have fault. And I would say, just allow people to see both sides. You feel what I'm saying? Don't just show them the glamour. You feel what I'm saying? Show them the bad side too. You feel what I'm saying? Let them take it all in. Because a lot of people see it and then run with what's going on. Like we're supposed to be perfect, but no one is. And I think we should just be able to see that with good comes bad in every situation. In LeBron's situation or in Quinn Cook's situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to say that. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's a tricky situation in life, man. You feel what I'm saying? But the people that are standing up and being role models, the LeBrons and the people like that. You feel what I'm saying? Because I do respect LeBron in the aspect of being a role model. I do not respect LeBron in the aspect of flopping. For real, like for real. So I'm not, I'm not a big LeBron fan, but I do respect what he does as a person, though. I can say that. You feel what I'm saying? So, just I guess what I'm trying to say is be mindful, but do you at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? That's all you really can do.
Yeah. Being idolized is one thing, but being portrayed as, a role model for a certain person, I don't think anyone sets out to do that.
Yeah.
So I agree wholeheartedly. It's just like Michael Jordan. I think he's an asshole. I met him one time, and after waiting in line for like an hour and 12 minutes, trying to get an autograph, he was like, I ain't trying to take no picture, sign no autograph for no niggas, basically. And then he turned around 2 minutes later and took pictures with these girls. After I done spent money at a Wizards game to go see this dude and bought a jersey.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck him. But I can't take away from what he's accomplished in the game. Outside of the game, fuck him.
Yeah.
But then I told myself, I'll never financially support anything that he has.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? And I could still say, he's the GOAT when it comes to basketball. And other people might disagree, and it is what it is.
I think he's the GOAT I definitely think he's the GOAT when it comes to basketball. But the crazy thing is, I think that his assholeness and his selfishness is what led him to be the GOAT. You feel what I'm saying? I think that contributed to who he had to be for real, for real. I think you have to be I think you have to have a certain
cockiness.
Yeah, a certain cockiness, a certain arrogance, a certain what can I say? A certain air about you that you be like, you cutting all that type of shit off to focus on this type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? And then give me the ball type shit. You have to be that. So I think that contributed to him being great. But just going back a little bit, I think he's great for the time that you feel what I'm saying, that he was playing basketball. It was a different era than it is now. You feel what I'm saying? For what he was doing was way before his time, man. Way before his time. And that's just the way that he just captivated. He was just so captivating, and in that era, for real, is what made him the greatest in my mind. You feel what I'm saying? Along with the game 7 shots and shit like that, for real. But that's, in my mind, that's what that it was the finesse and the power. You feel what I'm saying? That to his game that made him that's that nigga right there. You feel what I'm saying? And even looking back at it, it's not even just that time when you seen it. Even looking back at it now, it's this nigga was doing some shit back then, for real. Even when motherfuckers was trying to body slam him and you feel what I'm saying? He was doing that back then, for real, man. So yeah. Shout out to Big Dog. I know you probably an asshole, but it is what it is. You gave us good basketball to watch when we was kids. You
can't ask for anything more than that.
Real talk, man.
So let me get back to this. So what's been your biggest challenge in the pandemic when it comes to your catering business?
Oh man, I guess knowing your timing, and filling that out. Knowing when to shut it down, knowing when to bring it back up, knowing when to say no, and because one thing I have seen, and one thing I tried not to put myself in, because it's you scroll down your timeline on Facebook or Instagram, man, everybody's selling plates. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And I didn't want to get cast into that role of you feel what I'm saying, the candy lady, or you feel what I'm saying, something like that.
Something generic.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I'm a caterer. You feel what I'm saying? I work at the Ritz-Carlton, and I cook for a living. This is not just what I'm doing for you feel what I'm saying, just now. It's not. So I didn't want to go into that realm for real, and be cast as that. So I also seen, once people start doing that, I'm not knocking anybody for doing that. I think it's a wonderful thing of what's going on right now. I think this pandemic brought a lot of entrepreneurship out of people. And that's a beautiful thing, for real, man. Especially with us black people, man. And I love that. But at the same time, I seen sales going down, and I seen from my aspect in my catering business, I seen more waste sometimes that was coming in, you know what I'm saying, that was going out of my shit than it was profit, for real. So I had to make the hard decision of being let me just stop that and just cater for a minute. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And sit back and watch the movements, watch the waves, and check out my next move. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that was the biggest challenge for me. You feel what I'm saying? To be able to, somebody, because a body in motion stays in motion. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And to be you know what I'm saying, I'm going 100%, you feel what I'm saying, on 100 for real, and to have to be, in my mind, say, stop. It was hard for me. Just to, you know what I'm saying, just from what I brought up earlier, the evils in somebody's mind can be hey, you should be doing this. You feel what I'm saying? You should be doing that. You should be, you feel what I'm saying? And just to try to silence those voices in your head and be you know what I'm saying, it'll come back when it's perfect timing. You feel what I'm saying? And having faith in that and having trust in that voice. You feel what I'm saying? I think that was the hardest aspect. But in those times, it had me to figure out other aspects of catering. Um, I actually have a wing sauce that I'm promoting. Simply Decadence sweet chili buffalo sauce that I think is the next big thing. Just trying to get that out there. So wing sauces. I'm coming with my own rubs, barbecue, brisket rubs, things like that. And I also want to sell prepackaged smoked ribs that all you gotta do is pop in the oven for probably like 30, 40 minutes. You
Oh
feel what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm trying to go down different aspects in that.
Mm-hmm.
And those time, that downtime helped me to figure that out. You feel what I'm saying? So, trust the process and never get too down on yourself. You feel what I'm saying? If you have that feeling that you gotta do something, do that and trust that process, because it's a reason. It's definitely a reason.
Yeah, I was looking at your IG page earlier today, and
Appreciate that.
I'm looking at it right now, and it's steak and cheese.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This steak and cheese. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, I wish you had a walk up spot I can go to right now,
Yes,
and
indeed.
that's gonna be is a restaurant or a standstill place your goal?
That's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate goal. Many of them. That is the ultimate goal. But like I said, it's a process. I think before that, it's growing clientele and fan base and getting that, where that needs to be. So no matter where the spot is, you know what I'm saying, people will come like, I'm looking for that Simply Decadent steak and cheese. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I think, that's the case. And that leads me to another aspect of what's going on with the whole, what the whole thing is, trying to find a balance of promoting on social media. T know where we came from. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we come from some real shit, so to speak, if I can say that. You feel what I'm saying? And like, the whole social media thing contradicts what we grew up to like know. You feel what I'm saying? Our whole thing was hustle, don't be seen. You feel what I'm saying? Don't
Gangsters moving silent.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That's and social media is like a whole contradiction to that. So it's just finding a new balance and finding a new a way of doing things. I think I'm trying to get there and trying to find that balance, because honestly, people want to know who you are really before they even eat your food. They want to know who you are before they buy your clothes, and I think that's the age that we're in now. It's not, so to speak, about the brand. It's about who's behind the brand. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said before, it's a good thing because you can create your own narrative. But like I'm saying now, it's a whole contradiction to what I grew up. So it's like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like 20, 23, 24 years of this. You feel what I'm saying? And trying to like do that in 6 or 7 years of this new shit. So, it's a balance, but any challenge, that's in front of you, you gotta attack that shit. It's just what it is, for real, for real.
When we finish with this, I want to talk to you about that as far as promoting your business.
Yes, indeed.
I got a couple ideas for you.
All right. Yeah. I appreciate that.
So, what's some of your menu items?
Some of the things that I came up with, and honestly, actually, I was just thinking last 2 days that probably the next 2 weeks I'm gonna be doing like a final going out of summer sale type thing. You feel what I'm saying? Pop up shop or drop offs and things like that. And some of the items that I want to do on that menu is one of the hot sellers this summer was my Love at First Sight Joe, and that was basically a creamy creamy scampi pasta with stuffed shrimp, 3 stuffed shrimp on top of that, with crab legs, with 2 clusters of crab legs. And then what's on top of that? We got the butter sauce, creamy butter sauce that goes on top of everything. And that was the love at first sight. That was a big seller this summer. That's going to be on the menu, I believe. That's going to be on the menu. I want to do a chicken and French toast plate, chicken and French toast. I want to do that. Boom, boom, boom. Crab cake sandwich. I want to do one of my other favorite dishes, which is a salmon and grits plate. Salmon and grits. It's a blackened salmon, pan-seared, with a cream sauce. A lot of people do a pan sauce, but I like to do almost close to a Alfredo sauce with spinach in that. Let me pause this. I gotta use the bathroom.
So, you was telling me about the salmon dish.
Yes, indeed. The salmon and grits plate, man. That's one of the favorites too. That's a good dish. We got the pan-seared salmon, with the cream sauce. I think the cream sauce is what make that thing pop though.
Okay. So, what would you say has been your top selling dish?
My top selling dish. The favorite of the customers, I would have to probably say the smoked wings. I do a smoked wing that's also deep fried. So it comes like buffalo wings. Comes like buffalo wings, but it got a nice smoky flavor to it. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that adds to the wing sauce. It actually started from me trying to promote my wing sauce for real. So I was like, let me do this dish, with the wings for real, and it just blew up for real. From orders every weekend and going like that for real, pre-orders and all that. So I have to say that's probably the favorite of the customers right there. Yeah.
Okay. So with everything that's going on as far as the quarantine, I know that like a lot of restaurants have been trouble getting ingredients, and they took a lot of stuff off the menu. Has that affected your business?
Not per se the ingredients, but it affected me getting new customers. I think everybody's a little skeptical of going with different shit. You know what I'm saying, nowadays for real, like with this whole pandemic thing going on. So I did see that. I think that was one of the biggest things that's going on. But as far as ingredients, not necessarily. Not necessarily. They did take a couple things off, but I would say the customer aspect was the biggest thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not to sound like a fat boy or anything, but I used to fuck with the onion rings at Popeyes.
Yes, indeed.
And every Popeyes, saying ain't fucking with them no more. And
yes,
I'm just
indeed.
like, I know it's onions out there.
Yeah.
Y'all just not making them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that I'm like, what was so bad about these onion rings that could cause you to get sick that didn't affect the rest of the shit? Not to sound like a conspiracy theorist.
No. I get that. And I'm not sure because what could be big in Maryland could not be big in the other states. You feel what I'm saying? That could lead to that. But side note, that confetti cheesecake that they used to have at Popeye. You ever taste that?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, that was that. Like for real, yeah. It tasted like fruity pebble cheesecake. That's basically what you know what I'm saying. What it tasted like, yeah. And that joint was that, for real. But yeah, onion rings. But yeah, that can affect that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So I think we all had something of our favorite in a restaurant that they taking off, man.
Nigga.
Man,
The blackberry lemonade that Wendy's used to have.
blackberry lemonade.
They had it like I don't know how many summers ago. When I tell you, I would go leave out my house at 10 o'clock to buy two, to put one in my refrigerator for the next day and drink one that night. That shit was crack.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed.
And I'm just like, hey, man, I know y'all got the stuff to make it.
He tried to get at that, man.
Look, I'll give you $2 extra. I know it ain't. It's a secret menu item, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
What's the password I gotta whisper to get this shit?
My man about to be on his Rick and Morty shit, man. Look,
bring that Szechuan sauce.
You hear me? He ought to be on his shit right there with that one. But you know, man, yeah, man. I think one of the jokes that fucked me up was just the whole restaurant was the Shoney's, man. Shoney's and Roy Rogers. Hog on the Hill too was that shit though. I think they got one of them jumps though around here though. Hog on the Hill?
Hog on the Hill, I haven't seen one since that it was in that shopping center in New Carrollton off 450.
Yeah, that was that spot right there, yeah.
Smorgasbord, basically. No? What's that? Yeah, it was where it's like a zip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was over there.
That was one of the what's the name? It was another spot though. It was like a all you can eat type jump, but it was buffet style. Forget this jump. But my family used to go there every time. Any celebration, any graduation, birthday party or something like that. It was that same shopping center though. It was that same shopping center that we talking about.
Seafood jump?
It wasn't. Well, that was another spot, but that was my sister's spot. They used to take us there. That was Chesapeake. That was Chesapeake Bay. You feel what I'm saying? That was another spot right there. That was where the Ames was at. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? But the joint I'm talking about is right there where the Burger King, the Red Lobster. It's a Harley Davidson shop right there. You feel what I'm saying? Or it used to be. I'm not totally sure.
It was like where the Marigold's is now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right there. You feel what I'm saying? I can't remember the name of this spot though, but we used to, you know what I'm saying, got so many memories from that joint right there, man. For real. But I think we all got stories on that shit right there though, man. For real.
Red Lobster was a spot me and my folks used to go to back in the day, like faithfully.
Yes, indeed.
Still to this day, it's one of my favorite restaurants, and I haven't been there since all this shit happened. Actually, I'll tell you the last time I went. March 16th, 2020.
Yes,
it's fucked up that I remember that, but a lot of significant stuff happened that day. But,
yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Shoney's, they aren't in Maryland anymore, but I know of some in the Midwest and the West Coast. Roy Rogers is in Virginia. It's White Castle's, I think, in Virginia too. It's like nowhere near us though.
That's the crazy thing. White Castle. I never had a burger from White Castle, but I've had White Castle burgers. You feel what I'm saying? The joints that they got in the freezer section.
The frozen joint?
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? But I've never had a joint that came off their grill. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. Another joint that I heard you and Kevin talking about was Shakey's. Yeah. And that was that shit back in the day too, man. For real. Yeah.
I never had Shakey's.
No?
I never had. And, you know, everybody I say that to give me that same facial expression.
Young.
And I'm like, they rave about it so much. And I'm just like, it's just one of them things I never got. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, well, like I'm a picky eater, right? Mm-hmm. So if I told you that I don't eat black-eyed peas, macaroni, cheese, a lot of black people shit, you're going to look at me like I'm crazy, right?
You're going to be,
you know what I'm saying? But you're going to be like, what did you eat when you were a kid? A lot of peanut butter jelly sandwiches, chicken wings and
I feel that.
It's something that happens to people, you know what I'm saying? Not too often, but it does happen. Like, I didn't eat a cheeseburger till I was 12 years old.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? And I just like, I never had it when I was younger than that. And then I decided to try it. And then it ended up being good. Like, I never really ate like, what's another thing that I tried? Spaghetti,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Like I was like 10 or 11, something like that. I thought meatloaf was a different type of meat. I didn't realize it was just hamburger and
Yes,
shit like
indeed.
that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
stuff as you grow, your taste mature
Most
and all
definitely.
this other shit. But now I'm to the point where, what I'm saying, I'm making fried rice, I'm making
Mm-hmm.
chicken teriyaki,
Yes, indeed.
I'm baking salmon and shit, like all those stuff that I slowly matured into as an adult. Like
Yes,
you need
indeed.
to cook.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's part of survival.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, the only thing I could cook was like scrambled eggs, maybe some
Mm-hmm.
toast. Put a Pop Tart in the toaster, some shit like that.
Yes, indeed.
But now I can make a spread.
Yes, indeed.
I can make 3 different styles of wings and stuff. Like I'm
Yes,
cooking
indeed.
meals for the family and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And not everybody is I could say in that position or even took the fortitude to actually develop that skill.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, if worse come to worse, can you grow some shit?
That's
Can
the
you
thing.
what I'm saying? Can you gut a pig?
That's the thing.
Can you break a chicken's neck?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And some fucked up shit I thought about. I was talking to somebody and they're actually developing like I don't want to say develop. They're actually building a farm
Mm-hmm.
and they getting goats and chickens and stuff like that. And I was like, free range chickens kind of got like a fucked up deal because they think everything is cool, and then one day you just run up on them and start choking them. Like,
hey, I did not see that one coming. I did not think we was going down that way. I didn't think we was going that way. I didn't think we was going.
no G shit. Like you just be like, this dude is cool. He's I ain't in no caves, and next thing you know, you're like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I don't even, I ain't got nothing for that. I ain't got nothing for that right there. God bless him. Y'all delicious. Your sacrifice wasn't in vain. I guess I don't know. That one caught me by surprise. I didn't know we was going down that road right there. I didn't know that's where it was
I
going.
know it's a random thought,
Yes,
but I think about shit from time to time, like because free range chicken does taste better.
Yes,
you know what I'm
indeed.
saying,
Yes,
opposed
indeed.
to caged animals and stuff like that. And I guess I'm thinking from like the animal's perspective.
Yes, indeed.
Who Tony Baker is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
that nigga a fool. Yeah.
Yeah, he is definitely a fool, and listen to him talk about how he went vegan and how he wants to give the animals a voice. He kind of, when I watch his videos, it makes me think about that stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, it's kind of
true shit though. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely true shit. For real. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I have a couple of dogs, man. That, you know what I'm saying? That experience, man, just lets me know that they all have personalities. Don't get it twisted. You feel what I'm saying? So, I don't know what to say about that. What to say? I'm not going vegan anytime soon, but, yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy, but I don't know what to say about that one. That's a good one right there. That was a good one. It's crazy. Shout out to the vegans.
Yeah.
I respect y'all. But it's not happening anytime soon over here. I don't believe so. Please, I never say never, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? I love my wings. Love my wings for real.
Hey, you and me both.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
actually thinking about getting some wings.
You hear me? Hey, but yeah, though, man. Yes, indeed, man. Yeah, that was a good one. That was yeah. That was an off-road experience right there. I didn't know that was coming right there. That was a good one.
Hey, look, it's all types of thoughts that people don't. Indeed. People like have like certain ideas or something, or certain thoughts might come across their mind. I'm the type of person that I say that shit.
Yeah.
That's why Dave Chappelle is one of my favorite comedians. Like, I swear, he says the stuff I be thinking sometimes. Like if you look back at some of his sketches and like when he was like walking around like if the internet was a real place
Mm-hmm.
and all that wild shit.
Yeah.
And I'd be thinking about shit like like what if this old lady in front of me slapped the shit out this little kid that's bumping into her and shit like
Yeah.
that. And I'm thinking, will I laugh? Will I walk away? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people would be like, they'll mind their business and
Yeah.
go about or they'll try to defend one
Yeah,
or other in the
yeah.
party. I'm just like, man, this shit would be funny. And I wish that somebody would record this shit and narrate the shit.
Yeah.
Because it with all the videos and stuff popping
Oh
up,
man.
I'm just like, it'd be so much random
Listen,
stuff.
man. Them voiceovers, man. Them voiceovers be having me dying. The Tony Baker Jones be having me crying, man. It's another guy that does it, man. I can't remember his name, but man, those animal voiceovers and just voiceovers from like, you feel what I'm saying, random situations be having me cracking up, man.
It's real 85.
Real, man. Real talk, yeah.
You ever see his Jones? He do like a lot of like the Mortal Kombat Jones, GTA videos.
I can't say that I have. I might have stumbled across a couple of them and not known that, you feel what I'm saying, it was him. But I'm not too familiar though.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber. He's been doing it for a minute. I first found out about him when I seen he did a voiceover for the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Okay.
He broke it up into 10 segments.
Yeah.
So like the first episode was him. It was like the scene in the movie when they was watching April O'Neil on TV in the apartment and shit. And he come on, like he do all the voices and he for each person.
It sounds familiar though.
And she was like, she came on to Joan and was like, I just want to tell everybody I fuck Raph. And everybody, and all the turtles was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, yes it did. Yeah, I remember that. I wasn't too sure, you know what I'm saying, it was him, but that was good shit right there.
He funny as shit. He do a bunch of like Grand Theft Auto videos. Wow, like
and you say what his name?
His name's Israel85 on YouTube. I think he got a page on Facebook too. But that's another part of this pandemic that people could hop on as far as, reinventing themselves, coming up with new hustles, coming up with new strategy, because who would have ever thought back in February that next month you will be sitting in your house and having to find a way to make things happen.
Yeah.
Zoom, I looked it up. Zoom was worth $43.11 in February of this year. It's now worth $279 a share.
Lord have mercy, man.
And growing.
Yeah.
And growing. So I'm like this. Investing, number one.
Yeah.
That should be financial literacy should be key in the household, especially in these days and times. Learning what's trending, how the stock market works, and all that stuff, and then coming up with a new way to capitalize on situations like this. Because whoever thought it would be hard to find toilet tissue and paper towels and simple shit like eggs and milk. Now, there's times where like we have like inclement weather and stuff is hard to get to the stores, but it never took a month. It never took 2 months.
Yeah.
Stuff never was like taken off of menus permanently.
Yeah.
Like, around here you can go to a Popeyes and they be like, we out of chicken, but we got sides. Like, nigga, why are you open?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It was it was crazy. It was crazy. Especially because the weather was perfect. You feel what I'm saying? There's people were just like I didn't understand why the toilet paper was like the number one thing that like people grabbed when the shit happened for real. I didn't get that. To each his own, I guess, but you know what I'm saying? For it to take so long for it to get back restocked though, you know what I'm saying, is what got me though, for real. You feel what I'm saying? That was the crazy thing about the whole thing.
People try to capitalize on I don't want to say lazy people, but people that don't take situations seriously. It's like that guy that bought all that Purell and was selling on Amazon for like $1,000 a bottle, some shit like that. Amazon shut him down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it goes back to me saying everybody being decent, or at least trying to show some sign that you can be decent. Like, stop trying to take advantage of people. That's why people put up the argument about like famous people having OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you in that industry or you in that lifestyle or whatever. Like, you already famous. You already get paid for, appearances and stuff like that. Now you're gonna take away from other people, like, not to be defending strippers, but even though they should be defended in certain aspects.
Yeah.
But like, you taking away from other people's chances to, make a living.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's for me, I'm just like, it is what it is, but at the same time, think about your surrounding, do what's best for you and yours, and stop taking life like stop thinking things are gonna go back to normal. This is normal, and it's only going to change from here.
Yeah. It's I don't know what the new normal is going to be. I think it will change and evolve, so to speak. I think you just gotta keep up with the times right now. For the what can we say, the Pharrell guy and the OnlyFans comment, things like that. I can't knock the hustle per se. I can't knock the hustle. Just something in me that won't say that. You know what I'm saying? It was wrong. I think it was unethical. I think that, but the hustler in me is like, you know what I'm saying, that was crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But
it's levels to the shit, though.
It's definitely levels to the shit. It's you have to you got to do what you do at the end of the day. You can't necessarily. I want to make sure I want to make sure this comes off right. You got to do what you do at the end of the day for you and yours. You can't necessarily care what people think, but at the same time, you have to have some ethics with you. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying disregard people, but you got to do you. I think too many people are held back by what people think.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm not saying that. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I don't know, you feel what I'm saying? I don't know him. I don't know, you feel what I'm saying, his family situation. I don't know. It's a lot of unknowns. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are held back from what people think in the public opinion and what social media is going to say about you. Because and this might be like off script or like, you feel what I'm saying, just like, right field type shit. But it's crazy that people will love you today and then crucify you tomorrow type shit. You feel what I'm saying? And then you could do something and they'll love you again. People's opinion about you is fickle at best. You feel what I'm saying? It could change within 5 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have to do you. But you are sharing the world. You feel what I'm saying? You are sharing the world. So you have to have consideration for people. But the hustler in me was like, that was crazy. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he made money off of that, like that was quick thinking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you can't knock somebody's ambition. That I can totally respect, and I would never knock somebody's hustle. Yeah. But you got to think about the overall. But that's like if you went to an ice cream truck, right?
So let me give you a scenario though. Let me give you a scenario with that.
Okay.
Let's say he let's say the guy that was selling the Pharrell, right? He gave all the nursing homes in this area Pharrell, but he sold what he had left on eBay for $8,000. Is he a bad person, or is he just trying to get money? You feel what I'm saying?
Like you said, it's a lot of details that might be left out. That might have been the case.
You feel what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. So would you go to a store and buy a bag of chips that you've been buying for the past X amount of years for $2, would you pay $7 for it? Because that's your only option?
Yes, I would.
All right.
If it was, even saying, if it was my favorite chips, and I'm like, you feel what I'm saying?
But you wouldn't do it all the time.
I wouldn't do it all the time.
No. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Now, so he kind of cornered the market for a necessary item, and he played on people's fears at the same time. Now, whether that's a good business, tactic, or him being money hungry, I don't know. But he probably had some inside information.
Yeah.
And decided to, take care or do that and, take advantage of the situation. So it's always a catch-22 when it comes to situations like that.
Most definitely.
So if I was that person, I wouldn't, like, my markup, I would have a decent markup, but I'm not gouging you.
I'm definitely not. I'm not going to gouge you. But let me ask you about another situation. When Nipsey Hussle first came out, he sold his CDs for $100 a jump. Or was it 100 or was it 1,000? I think it was 1,000. You feel what I'm saying? And then people bought it. You feel what I'm saying? People bought it to support that. And I think that was just the business aspect of it. I think not comparing the two things, but business is business. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think we have to separate the two when it comes to that. Because are you dumb enough to buy it? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, if you buy it, then that's something that you thought about, and that's a decision that you made. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? I can't really knock him for selling it for like that.
He's no different than Off-White selling shoes for $700.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I can't. The hustler in me can't knock it. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? I just can't knock like the aspect or the business move of it. You feel what I'm saying? It's definitely not ethical. I can say that much. But with me, I separate the two. I separate business from personal. You feel what I'm saying? If you gotta make a business move that you think would help your business and going forward and shit like that, because okay, all right, boom, this strings it together. Because I think Nipsey Hussle did that to promote it. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't. I don't think it was so much of
the price,
just to get people talking about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Got people talking about him. You feel what I'm saying? And that, you know what I'm saying, added to his popularity and his, you know what I'm saying, his stardom for real. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what the Pharrell dude did. I have no idea. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, that right there alone, he might have used that as a ploy to make headlines so people could come to his page. I mean, he might have had it up there for that price one day and dropped it the next.
Yeah.
Because now that somebody, posted on whatever site, TMZ or whatever the case may be, this guy in such and such state has all this Pharrell and he's something for this price, people going to look up.
Exactly.
They mess around and go there and be like, oh, it's not $1,000 anymore.
Exactly.
It's only 100 now. Let me get 10.
Exactly.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's crazy, but I can't knock anybody's business hustle. I try to judge people on their personal shit. Business, I think for me, business is separate. Because they say more millionaires are built in the pandemics than any other time. And when you know what I'm saying, when the economy is low and shit like that, it's just people's thoughts, you feel what I'm saying, what they can to bring into fruition for real. You feel what I'm saying? What they can make happen for real. So I can't knock anybody for their business moves. I might not like it, but I can't knock it though. Yeah. I would have to say it like that, but
So having Simply Decadence be a household name, I guess you could say, or having a commercial that's something you see in your future, or something that a goal that you're trying to ascertain?
Simply Decadence, yes. Because Simply Decadence is the, what can I say? Simply Decadence is the LLC.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And not my whole image for what I want to build is more. It's more than just cooking. I want to do more than just cooking. I want to move into to real estate. I want to do vending machines. I got a lot of ideas that I want to get popping. Simply Decadence is the name of the corporation. You feel I'm speaking into fruition. Fuck it. Simply Decadence is that. You feel what I'm saying?
So you're gonna have multiple subsidiaries underneath that LLC.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. And
you're gonna have to grow that.
Definitely.
And probably make it an S corp or C corp.
Yes, indeed.
So
that's something I need to look into and all that, the aspect of that for real. You feel what I'm saying? But that's definitely the goal.
So multiple streams of income is, I think, a popular topic, and it's trending.
Yeah,
I think for 2020, especially in the Black communities and stuff like that. Well, I can't even say just in the Black communities. People who don't have 6 digits just laying around. Mm-hmm. People who aren't born with 700 credit scores, and people who don't have opportunities for somebody to pay for their college and stuff like that. People who live paycheck to paycheck, who have to get it out the mud, who's out there standing on court and settling waters and doing whatever to survive. I think that it's not only necessary, but it should be a stable, especially in these day and times, because you don't know what's going to happen. I seen it at the gas station up the street from here. I seen a machine that sells Bitcoins now.
I seen that. They actually have one Pentagon City where I work at. I seen that. Yeah, and that's speaking of Bitcoins, man, that's crazy. That was a crazy bump though. Like from 2012 or something like that. That was a crazy bump right there.
If I knew what Bitcoin was going to be worth back when, what was 2006 or 7, when somebody was selling it, they were selling it for 23 cents.
Yeah, man.
I would have bought so much.
Man, that and Amazon, man. Like for real, that's crazy, yeah. that's crazy. But just going back to what we're speaking of, I think right now is a beautiful time for Black people, though, man. I think we're showing what we can do, what we're made of. I think we're headed in the right direction. I think the spotlight is on us right now, and it's on us to show the world that we're more than what they think we are. I think it's a lot of business opportunities for us. It's a lot of it's a lot right now, and I think it's a turning point right now for Black people, and I think it's on us to show that we can be more than these thugs and gangsters and shit like that they trying to make us out to be, for real. And for the people that say that for Black Lives to Matter, Black people gotta stop killing Black people. Every race kills themselves. It's always been wars. It's always been shit like that. It's always been little spats and shit like that. So I don't think that gives you an excuse I don't think that gives police officers an excuse for killing us. I don't think that's the case. But it's a beautiful time though. It's a beautiful time to be, to be African American, to be, to be any race. Honestly, you feel what I'm saying? Because that's really what it's about. It's really about love, for real, for real. It's really not about just one race. But I think it's on us to show what we're made of right now. The spotlight is on us, and so what are we going to do with it? You feel what I'm saying? So, but it's definitely a beautiful time though. Real talk. Nothing but opportunities right now.
I don't think I could be another race.
I wouldn't want to be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be. No. like real talk.
And it's nothing personal against them. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I couldn't imagine myself being white. I mean, there's a lot of advantages to it, but like,
I take a white credit score.
Yeah, it seems boring. For the most part. Now, it'd be different if I was born that way. I would still, my soul would feel plight for a person of color.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not that person. Like, I had experiences when I was younger, like elementary school. Like, I experienced racism before I knew it was racism. And I was just like, wow, that's crazy. And I'm just like, but why be that way? Like it didn't, I'm like, for a child to be, 8, 9 years old, 10 years old, and to be like, you look this way, I don't like you. It's just fucked up.
That's true.
And I'm like, why would anybody teach that to their kids? And I'm just like, look at all the examples you had as a child, when it comes to like TV, cartoons, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of hidden racism shit or discriminatory stuff in there, and they didn't really hide it. Especially like in the 80s and stuff like that.
Shit, because we were just enjoying that shit.
But like look at the Muppet Babies, right? Now, of course, this is all puppet children or whatever, but they were all different, and it didn't matter. Like, they was funny looking to the motherfucker. But none of that shit mattered. Like, you never brought up the fact that one was a pig, one was a dog, one was a bear, one was I don't know what the fuck Gonzo was, but he had a fucked up nose and shit. All that shit didn't matter. So, as I got older, I kind of took that philosophy with me in all aspects. Just like people, I read the book on Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and I started Malcolm X's book. I haven't finished it. It's a real dope read so far. But I have a lot of admiration for civil rights leaders and people in Black history, but I get more inspiration from anime characters than I do from actual people. And I know it sounds kind of crazy, but like, you familiar with Dragon Ball Z, right? Okay. So as I watch Goku develop, I've seen him take on task after task with no hesitation. And the only thing he wanted to do was get stronger and take care of his friends.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that, leaders in history or Black culture and stuff like that didn't do that.
No.
But
we all get inspiration from different things. That's part of life.
So, people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but I'm like, different strokes for different folks.
Most definitely. I think, it's all about how you learn. Some people learn visually. Some people learn they got to be hands on. Some people, you know what I'm saying. So once we get to the goal that's at hand, it really doesn't matter how you feel what I'm saying, how you get that message. You feel what I'm saying. So that's all it's about, for real. Me personally, I was never like I just never really had hate. I never, you know what I'm saying, was like the person that could sit down and like just hate a person. It was a learned emotion. You feel what I'm saying? It was a learned emotion. It was something that needed to be picked up out on the streets. You feel what I'm saying? But even going back to, like, you know what I'm saying, my childhood, like, you know what I'm saying, before the streets and shit like that, it was just like Mom Dukes passing a homeless guy on the street for real. I only got $2, let me give him one type shit. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a learned emotion for real. Most of the time. So man, it's fucked up that the world is like that, but that's the task at hand right now. You know what I'm saying?
I never looked down at homeless people, but I had a fear and I grew a disdain. I actually had an experience with a crackhead, right? So
You got bum bump?
No, I know.
Hold up. Yeah, I read this meme earlier. Yeah, I read this meme earlier. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine having a disagreement with a homeless guy and he just stick his finger in your
No.
I should have just throw you off, yeah.
Throw you off. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. Ain't no human decency or nothing involved. If I'm gonna die from you putting your fingers in my mouth, I'm gonna kill you. And if I don't kill you, I'm gonna cripple you.
That's a crazy situation right there, yeah.
It makes me want to brush my teeth right now, and I ain't even nowhere near this nigga.
Hey, I seen that joke. I got to laughing instantly. Yeah, I said that's some crazy shit. Who would just be like sitting there just thinking some shit like that? Just like, yeah, man, I ain't got no money. Like, you got some money? Like, nah, I ain't got.
Especially if you turn your back to him and you turn back, like if you say, all right, what about, and then you turn around and you just
had his finger just
that's fucked up.
Hey, yeah, Lord have mercy, man. All right. I forgot what we was talking about.
So I want to say I was maybe 10 or 11 and sitting outside in my front yard, and I think my brother was like on the porch or something like that, and this random dude walked up to me and asked could he use my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't know, let me ask my sister. My mother wasn't home at the time. Mm-hmm. And as I was walking to my house, I heard footsteps behind me.
Yeah.
And I turned around and he was like, follow me. And I was like, hey man, you could wait by the gate.
Yeah.
This motherfucker walked past me and went in my house.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm like I had to double take.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was probably between the ages of 10 and 12. I can't remember. I probably was like maybe 5'6", 5'7", something like that. He had me by a good 8 inches.
Yeah.
So this motherfucker walked in my house. My sister sitting on the couch like, who the fuck is you?
Yeah.
And then he closes the door and then sits in the corner and starts talking to herself. As I grew up, I realized that this was a crackhead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was obviously homeless from his apparel. He had like this tattered, torn up Nike sweatsuit with holes in it, some throwback Reebok classics that look like they've been through 3 train car accidents.
Yes,
and he's mumbling to himself, and I'm like, man, let's push him out the house. And we trying to grab this nigga, and I didn't realize he had crackhead strength.
Yeah.
So I hear my brother, he outside saying, man, what's going on? What's going on? He yelling. I'm like, man, go get Tommy. It's my neighbor from down the street. Mm-hmm. And Tommy come down there. He was able to bust open the door. And he like, man, what's going on? So, man, this dude just walked in the house. He started tripping. And he was like, hey, man, before I swing this bat, he had this bat in his hand. Mm-hmm. I need you to get up and walk out the house or I'm going to drag you out. So he kind of gave him this look like he recognized what was about to happen.
Yeah.
Then he stood up and walked away. Now, I didn't know that my sister was on the phone in the kitchen calling the police. The police pulled up and they yoked him up. They get to talking to him. I'm sitting, I'm talking to one officer on the porch and they got him behind the car talking to him and shit, right? So the police walked away. They probably talked to him for another 10 minutes. Then they let this motherfucker walk away. I was like, he could have killed us.
Yeah.
But what was that?
Yeah.
They ain't even explained to me. They explained to my neighbor what happened. They didn't explain to me, like, what, you know what I'm saying, why they let him go. So years go by, and I'm on my way to a rec party right up the street from my house. And it's a house on the corner right before you get to the school where the gym is. And I see this dude come out the house, and it's this nigga.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Is he better? Is he looking better now?
He's clean. He got on a black t-shirt, jeans. Yeah. He's hopping in the car, and I'm like, I know this nigga face from someplace, right? Where the fuck do I know this nigga from? And it took me probably like 10 minutes because I was on, like, once I had that thought in my mind, I was like, I gotta figure out what the fuck this is. I was like, man, that was that fucking crackhead that bust up in my house, right?
Indeed.
Come to find out, he was a coach for a football team, for Palmer Park, if I'm not mistaken, and he was known for doing crack.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck, out of all people, houses, he decided to bust and it's going to be mine. And come to think about it, as I realized, as my life been progressing, I think that was the start of like random shit happening to me. Like, you laughing, but I'm dead ass serious.
No, because I feel you, man. I definitely feel that. You feel what I'm saying? And it's shit like that. Like, me personally, I always think it's like a hidden lesson or like hidden like messages and shit like that. I don't ever think that random shit happens for any reason. And I think that's just how I am. I think that's just how like I get like how my brain works. You feel what I'm saying? I try to think on every situation like it's something more there. You feel what I'm saying? And it just sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. Sometimes I'm not meant to know what the fuck it is though sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? So, but just to have that happen, you feel what I'm saying? And then you can recall that, you feel what I'm saying, that what happened back in the day, and then you seen the guy again, like, you feel what I'm saying? That right there what got my brain working, like, what the fuck going on here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it something I need to know, right? You know what I'm saying, right there? Or like, you feel what I'm saying? Or that's just like, what the fuck it is, like, type shit for real. That's how my brain works. You feel me? And that, but that's definitely crazy though. That first shit, I don't know what the fuck I would do.
I'll give you another situation at that same gas station up the street of from my house. It was me, my man Donnie, my nephew, and somebody else in the car with me. It was all in my truck. Random. I'm pumping gas. I don't remember where we was headed. I'm pumping gas. A random person walks up. It's a lady, a homeless lady, I believe, from the way she was dressed and smelled and looked. Yeah. She asked me for some change. And I didn't have no cash on me. I said, I told my man to grab some change out the cup holder, give that to her, right? She was like, where y'all going tonight? I'm like, to church. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything that's going to make her walk away. And I'm just like, I finished pumping gas. I get back in the car, and my man say something to her. He's like, hey, come here. I'm like, man, don't bring her over here. He fucking with her and shit, right? He like, hey, man, how much you gonna charge for my man right here? He's talking about my nephew and shit. He was fucking with him. And he like, man, pull off. So I pull off, right? Yeah. And we leave out the parking lot of the gas station. We go up to the light. It's probably like maybe 30, 40 feet away. Sitting at the light talking, and then the door opens up, and it's the lady. Mm-hmm. And she's like, reaching at my man. She's like, give me them nuts. And he like, pull off, bro.
Lord have mercy. Hold up, man. Yeah.
She hawked us down, and she thought she was gonna get a date, I guess. And she opened the door while we was at the light and went to grab that my man's shit and was like, give me them nuts. So I thought somebody was playing when they opened the door, and it was her. Yeah. And he was like, pull off, bro. Yeah. Man, we pull off. I think she fell. I don't remember.
You can't make that type of shit. You can't make that type of shit up, yeah? Like, no, real talk. You definitely got it for the crazy stories, though, big dog. Like, for real.
Look, it goes on and on. Like, if I made a list, I would need a couple of pages.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's indeed, man. Look, man, it's crazy. It's crazy out here, man. I don't know what to speak on with that. It's definitely situations that motherfuckers seen when they was, you know what I'm saying, when they were smaller and was kids, adolescents and shit like that. So, but I think that made us who we are, though, man. So, I guess it is what it is with that, though. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what to speak of that.
With age comes experience, and with experience comes knowledge. I was very naive in my youth. Yeah. Back when I had first started smoking weed, I only knew one person that sold weed, right? Yeah. So I thought this was like the only person I could buy weed from.
Yeah.
So it was crazy because I was staying in New Carrollton at the time, So like anytime I wanted to smoke, I had to call this nigga, wait on him to come bring the shit and all this other shit. And I would come back, around my way, and I would find out like everybody else that I knew was selling weed, and I was just like, damn, I didn't have to struggle and wait.
Like, wait for this nigga, man. I ain't had to wait for this weed,
you
man.
know what I'm saying?
Shit?
But just me just being naive.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, it's like, I was minding my business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't everybody, when they was going off to do their deals or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't following them, making their shit hot or nothing like that. So all that goes hand in hand.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell you what, all that shit, it makes you who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all the experience I ever had growing up, and trials and tribulations, good, bad. I tell you some funny shit that happened to me and David back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, back when he was staying in Greenbelt, over there behind Greenbelt Metro, not Metro Station, Greenbelt Police Station.
Okay.
We met these girls on the humble, and they was trying to smoke and shit, right? So we was like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? We gonna link up tonight. Blah, 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 blah. And like I said, at this time, I only knew one person that smoked weed.
Yeah.
So after waiting all day for this nigga to come and drop the shit off, he ended up forgetting this shit. So David was like, man, you get the weed? I was like, nah. So I was like, fuck it. Let's just go around there and tell him we got it and still try to fuck or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we ended up going back over to Shorty building. She get her cousin to come out. We walk in the woods and shit. They're like, roll that shit up. So David, dumbass, gonna say, hey, T, roll that shit up, and try to walk off and throw the shit on me, right? So I was like, damn, dog, like we can't even distract him or nothing. We can't play this all. You just gonna
he's gonna leave me to fend for my own right here, huh?
So I ended up trying to turn the situation into, you know what I'm saying, let's play some truth or dare type shit. You know what I'm saying? After having to just flat out say, hey, look, man, my weed man ain't come through, and they went on us for a little bit, but we end up, you know what I'm saying, separating and doing our own thing until probably like 12 midnight. And this was the fucked up thing. So we got dropped off around there. We wasn't driving at the time. So we was like, we gonna catch the last bus from Greenbelt Station to get back around the way. We ended up pushing that shit off so far back. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning of us trying to go to the station to catch that last train. Missed that shit, right? Yeah. So like we literally, this was fucked up. We went, we bought our fare cards, and then the guy said, hey man, last train left 20 minutes ago. I was like, why you let us buy fare cards?
Yeah,
like
they some Bahamas, for
like,
real.
I put like $7 on this bitch. Like I was planning on using this again. I could have used that for something else.
Yes, indeed.
So, was I working? Yeah, I was working at the time.
Every dollar counted.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
So now we blown. It's like 1:30 in the morning. We ain't got no ride, and we go back out to the bus stop. There's 3 other niggas there. David had a cell phone, but his phone was dead. So it was one nigga rapping to his girl like the whole time, and we all talking and shit. We like basically talking about how we all ended up here. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? How we got stranded at Greenbelt Station. Yeah. So the dude was like, look, man, my girl about to get us a cab. If you want to split it, you know what I'm saying? We can all go in it. I'm like, shit, well, we going to New Carrollton. That shit shouldn't be too much for us. Yeah. They was going to like Suitland and Capitol Heights or something like that, right? So the cab driver ended up, this big African nigga. First of all, we 5 deep, 6 deep in the cab if you include the driver. Yeah. I'm in the front seat. It's David in the middle of the other 3 niggas, right? The cab driver took the longest way to get to New Carrollton. Like it felt like he went around the Beltway. Yeah. And we went to that 7-Eleven right at the top of 85th. Yeah. We like, man, you can let us out right here. Yeah. I looked at the total. Man, I ain't gonna lie, we had like $12. That shit was like $20-something, right? Oh, that man. So I was like, all right, let me get out the car and get the money, right? So I pull out my money, I give it to David. David like, all right, all right, you're gonna have to let me out so I can get in my pockets, right? So I turn around, I'm tying my shoe and shit. This nigga David say, hey, here, hold this turn and walk off. So I hand the dude that's sitting closest to the door the money. He like, where the rest of it at? And I look at the cab driver, then I look at David. He's sprinting across 85th Avenue, going in the back. I think that was Lenox Court or Cambridge Crossing, one of them apartment buildings.
Yeah.
And I look back down. I took off right behind him.
I don't blame. Shit.
The African cab driver hopped out this fucking cab, kicked his flip-flops off and started chasing me.
You
I was
serious?
like, I was like, why did he kick his flip-flop off? Like, I thought about this afterwards, but I was like, I guess he thought because his feet was fucked up, he was going to have better traction.
He did maximum traction right there.
Oh,
he said flip-flops ain't going to get the job.
So he followed us for about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We lose him. So we hopping over fences. Because I was staying at Sutton Walk, which is right at the bottom, and my apartment was like literally like in the front, right next to the rental office. Yeah. So we taking all these back ways to get to the apartment complex across from mine. So as soon as we come like up to the street, we see the police come down on both sides of the roads with the spotlights. Yeah. I'm like, these niggas looking for us. Yeah. I'm like, fuck. So we had to wait for these niggas to get out of sight, sprint across the street, run into my apartment. And I'm like, nigga, why you leave? He like, dog, I don't know.
Hey, yeah. That nigga motherfucking caught ghost out there, man. Hey, listen, man. That was that age back then, though, man. Shit. All I got is 12. I don't know what to tell you, man. If you see me running, you better get to running yourself, yeah, for real.
See, but we never discussed this. It was never like, this is what we gonna do. He just was like, fucking, I'm out. Yeah. It was like Craig on Friday.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? On when he seen Baby D and shit, he was like, man, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? No warning, no nothing.
You got up out of there, man. Hey, man, listen, I don't blame him, man. It's been plenty of times, man, had to hop cabs, man, for real, yeah. So, you know, man, that's just part of that shit back in the day, man. We was kids, man. It was some crazy times when we was kids, and like, I say this, it was a lot of shit that we did when we were like adolescents, you know what I'm saying? 12, 13, 14, shit like that, 15, teenage years that a lot of people are like just starting to do type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was smoking weed when that shit wasn't like cool. Like it wasn't the it thing. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and it's mainstream now. That and everybody want to be thugs and gangsters nowadays, and they don't even know what the fuck the basis is of it. Like, nobody did that shit back in the day to like front stream it. Like, it wasn't like, you feel what I'm saying? It wasn't done to be popular. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it was done for a goal. It was done for, first and foremost, it was way more organized than it is now. I don't know what the fuck is going on now. I don't even know if we can call that shit like being gangsters or being thugs. I don't know what the fuck people doing now.
I would call it being a fraud. That, you know what I'm saying? Perpetrating a certain image. Yeah.
It's not even like young niggas doing this shit. It's like it's older people doing this shit for names. They doing it for names now. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's the goal back in the day was to get out of the streets. You feel what I'm saying? Now it's like people are rushing to get in there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we wanted to do something to get better, to get even more money. You feel what I'm saying? Like a better neighborhood that we felt more comfortable in, or like, you feel what I'm saying? Get Mom Dukes out of the situation that she had to work, you know what I'm saying, so long, or like, you feel what I'm saying? That was the aspect and the goal of it. Nowadays, it's just like they doing it for recognition. It's a persona now. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? It's a persona now, and it's the message is lost in it. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think people understand the basics of it. You feel what I'm saying? That's where it's fucked up at. You feel what I'm saying? Because it was codes. It was codes back in the day, and it's not None of that shit now. It's just motherfucking.
Loyalty
Yeah.
is something that it's the last of a dying breed when it
Yeah.
comes to at least our generation. It's like anybody born after 99, you see a steady decline. I could say after 95,
Yeah.
you saw a steady decline in, what hip hop era or the hip hop evolution or the black community in general. You know what I'm saying? It's like they make that mean all the time. Once Big Mama passed away, family break up,
Yeah.
and then we get back together. It's all, you know what I'm saying, the semblance of the past. So that's what you see now. You see a lot of people trying to emulate something or be something that they not, because I say to a lot of people, it starts in the home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like with my nephews, always, whenever I was doing smoking, drinking, whatever, stuff like that, I never allowed them around me. Always told them to stay in the house. I'm always putting them on game, always pushing them to, go to school or get a job or, what I'm saying, develop a skill. You know what I'm saying? I never said do what I do. Let me be the life lesson that you know what I'm saying, that you look and you say, all right, I see he's tired of working 80 plus hours. I see he's tired of, what I'm saying, working for somebody else. Let me put myself in a situation where I can do better. And then, what I'm saying, I can pass that down. A lot of people aren't doing that, creating legacies.
Yeah. I get that. I get that completely. With that being said, and I'm not taking away from anything that we say to the youth. You feel what I'm saying? But most of the time they're watching our actions. I know. I started doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I see my older brother doing what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And I can admit that. You feel what I'm saying? But I wouldn't take anything away from what I did. Because like we were saying before, it made us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
For real. I think it's all about balance. I think everybody needs a little bit of street, a little bit of, you feel what I'm saying, education, a little bit of books, a little bit of, you feel what I'm saying? I think all that shit comes into play for real. One thing I would say though is embrace where you are. You feel what I'm saying? Embrace it wholeheartedly. You feel what I'm saying? Because I try to take the seaside mentality into the Ritz-Carlton. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? Like, you feel what I'm saying? You can't thug it out in Ritz-Carlton. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta understand what things you can bring and what things you can't. And you have to embrace where you are completely. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing wrong with fucking up. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes and shit like that, for real. But understand where you are. You feel what I'm saying? Understand where you are in life. Understand where you are at this moment, because everything changes. And I think the smartest man, or the man that gets it, embraces that change and doesn't fight against it. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's the most important thing. Because man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I can give you three aspects of, like, you know what I'm saying, change that like it was like a culture shock to me. You feel what I'm saying? Duval was a culture shock. That shit was crazy. Cause, you know what I'm saying, Seaside was one thing, right? But Duval was a whole nother thing. You feel what I'm saying? Even though it was just across the street from one another. You feel what I'm saying? That shit was a culture shock. You feel what I'm saying? From motherfuckers thugging it out in the hallways to, you know what I'm saying? It was a situation where we had a substitute and we was actually shooting dice in the back of science class. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? From that, you know what I'm saying? From that shit to going to, I went from Duval to Parkdale. You feel what I'm saying? And that shit felt like Dawson's Creek to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like some Seventh Heaven type shit. Like, it was, Duval was predominantly black. You had your white people sometimes, you had your Migos sometimes, you had shit like that sprinkled. You feel what I'm saying? But it was predominantly black. So you pretty much knew what you got. I got up in Parkdale, I seen you had groups now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, You had your jocks, you had the gothic, you feel what I'm saying? You got the motherfuckers in that joint. I seen motherfuckers playing guitars and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I didn't, like, that shit hit me so hard. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm just skip go up and Duval, see what's going on here. You feel what I'm saying?
Parkdale is a school that's in the magnet program. Cause I went to Parkdale 9th or 10th grade and I got expelled. And that was some bullshit too.
Yeah.
So, I
got a funny story about, you know what I'm saying, about an expulsion, you know what I'm saying, Duval.
You got expelled from Duval?
Let me speak this real quick. Let me speak this real quick. So boom. So we had got into it with Good Luck niggas, you feel what I'm saying? It was a big motherfucker fight across the street from Duval. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not sure if you was around that time.
Which one?
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. It was right there. It was right there at the bus stop right there at Fort Slate. You know what I'm saying? It was right there at the bus stop. You feel what I'm saying? And I told myself, you know what I'm saying? That day I was like, I'm like, man, I'm not fucking with these niggas. Because we get into it all the time for real. You feel what I'm saying? We go to the same school.
Hatfield and McCoy.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? We go to the same school. We're right there, like, you know what I'm saying, across the street from motherfuckers, for real. You feel what I'm saying? So at this day, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm not fucking with them today. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whoever won, you know what I'm saying, do what they do, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. So they ranking. I'm talking to one of the old heads and shit, you know what I'm saying? He watching us and shit like that, for real. It wasn't until somebody pulled a knife out and I seen it, you feel what I'm saying? And I like snuck him real quick to make sure he didn't, you feel what I'm saying? He ain't getting none of my mans with the knife, for real. So, boom, that shit happened. So I'm thinking, boom, you know what I'm saying? It's just another day type shit. You feel what I'm saying? I get home, I check the messages, you know what I'm saying? My administrator on that jump, like, yeah, we see Manuel over there in a group gang fight type shit, you know what I'm saying? He expelled. You know what I'm saying? Like call me back type shit. Boop. I'll never forget the joke, because, you know what I'm saying? I deleted that joke real quick, and I took my ass to school the next day. I'm like, we gonna see you. You know what I'm saying? If they say something, they don't. But long story short, they didn't say shit. They didn't say, I don't know what happened there, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't say anything.
It wasn't on school property.
It wasn't on school property. And it might have been like a scare tactic type shit, or like, you know what I'm saying, to see where motherfuckers' head was at. But my mother wasn't about to hear that shit, though. I tell you that much right now. For real. For real.
Yeah. Where's your proof?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, man. So, you know, man, that was a crazy situation with that expelled, you know what I'm saying, being expelled and shit, man. But just to go back, you know what I'm saying, and talk about the culture shock. In the Ritz-Carlton, it was more, it's my first corporate type job. You feel what I'm saying? I've dealt with a lot of restaurants, back of the houses, front of the houses type shit like that. But you know, I think every aspect had it. Every aspect that I was in, every restaurant that I was in had a hood aspect to it. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? It felt comfortable, because you know what I'm saying, familiar, for real. You feel what I'm saying? But Ritz-Carlton was a different beast, you know what I'm saying, so to speak, because it was corporate. You really couldn't do certain things. You really can't talk a certain way type shit. And that, another thing I want to bring up, just side shit, like, you know what I'm saying, why is Ebonics, like, why would somebody say you speak Ebonics is just like you're a bad person? Like, you feel what I'm saying? And I get that from, like, you feel what I'm saying, from people, for real. Like, if you speak Ebonics, you just have to be like a bad person type shit. You feel what I'm saying? It's just, I think that's just our culture, though. That's just like, you feel what I'm saying? Just like how we what's name type shit. But that's neither here nor there. That's
a side conversation.
Yeah, that's just just my mind working.
Yeah, that's the systemic racism.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
A whole nother lane.
Because to be honest with that shit, you're actually, if we're talking like that, we're they're trying to like make us talk like them. You feel what I'm saying? Because proper English is white people English. And you feel what I'm saying? In like our circles. You feel what I'm saying? Because That's neither here nor there. But yeah. I say that to say that, Chris Carlton was a culture shock, but it made me level up though. It made me think differently. It exposes me to different aspects of the world and shit that's going on for real, for real. One thing I would say to a person that is going into a new situation or something that they feel like is different than what they have been used to is have your plan. Know what you want to do with I would say every aspect of your life per se. No, nobody's gonna ever have it all figured out, but know like if
The
you want to
direction you want to go.
yeah, you feel what I'm saying. If you know you want to do a business, know what type of business you want to do, and know like what certain elements you need to make that business grow. You feel what I'm saying? It took me a minute to get that while I was here because I was busy defending myself. You feel what I'm saying? But in reality, I'm in this situation where I could be building clientele and resources. You feel what I'm saying? But the mentality of me, you know what I'm saying, trying to defend myself because I'm still in the mentality of, you feel what I'm saying, of this. But I'm here now. You feel what I'm saying? It's a constant. That's a fight. You feel what I'm saying? But so know what you want to do and see that in the aspect of where you are. You feel what I'm saying? What you can build from that, what you can gain from that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think people in our background, unless we, are, employed or in the company of certain black-owned businesses, you got to code switch, but you have to do that in order to put yourself in a situation where you could, ascertain new skills, new information,
Mm-hmm.
or just to feed yourself. I mean, it's a natural part of life.
Yeah.
Now, when you become your own boss, run your own company, you can act accordingly to how you want to,
Yeah.
and you can what I'm saying, you can promote that environment also. But you got to remember where professional and personal, what I'm saying, should be separated.
Yeah.
And I always push that for people like, years ago when I used to work for this construction supply place, I used to put people on. And I'm like, look, what I'm saying, we both around the way, but when we in here, what I'm saying, a certain way we got carried. We can't talk to customers a certain way.
Yeah.
We can't talk to, our peers or our co-workers a certain way. But, what I'm saying, when it comes to that hustle, that drive that got us to get this job, we take that and we put that in situations to make us grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we leave here, hey, we go right back to what we regularly on.
Most definitely.
And I think everyone should apply that to their life. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone is blessed enough to be in a situation where they can do and say whatever they want wherever they at. You know what I'm saying? I would call that the one percenters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And certain people of certain how can I put this, class of life.
Privileges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people like us, hey, we got to go in and put that smile.
Most definitely.
These days, throw that mask on so you really ain't got to smile, but you got to talk with a certain demeanor. And then after that, go back to doing us.
Most definitely. Another thing with that shit is just this is right field too though. Why is that when a black person doesn't smile or like, you know what I'm saying, seem presentable, he's a thug or a gangster, but when a white people do it, it's like he's determined. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's like he wants to get in there. You know what I'm saying? But neither here nor there again. But neither here nor there again. But it's just something that, you feel what I'm saying?
It's sad but true. I get it all the time. I have a stoic demeanor, and somebody could tell me something that I find funny, but the simple fact that I don't want my coworkers to see me all jovial because they'll think I'm lackadaisical like that. I don't really give them that whole humorous side of me. So I make sure that they know, when I'm here, I'm about business. You know what I'm saying? So people's, like you said earlier, people's perception to use theirs and theirs alone. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't let that persuade you. I would tell anybody, be yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out here, and I've done it in the past. Like, let's say you wanted to get with a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You was like, damn, she bad, but she got this attitude and she like things a certain way. And you kind of conform to her way of life or doing things a certain way because you want this girl.
Yeah.
Like you put this image in your mind that, this is the person I got to be with. In order to keep her, I got to act like this.
Yeah.
And then if y'all break up or separate, whatever the case may be, you kind of like feel like a weight's been lifted off your chest because you don't have to put on this persona no more. And people do that every day without it even being in a relationship, and they don't even realize it.
That shit is heavy though. That's some heavy shit. Like for real. Like you can lose yourself. Like truly like and be miserable, walking around miserable and just like, you know what I'm saying? You can forget the reason that you even got with the person in the first place. Lose yourself. That's some heavy shit right there. Not to like be you. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm learning that for real. And it's growth because I think everybody goes from here to there. You feel what I'm saying? I think growing up, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to find yourself anyway. You feel what I'm saying? So you go through many stages of like, you know what I'm saying, who you think you are, who you think you should be, who you want to be, and trying to put all that together for real. But that's some heavy shit for a fucking adult to be like. You feel what I'm saying? That's heavy, and I'm not looking at that in a certain way or nothing like that. But that's hard shit, like for real. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's hard shit.
All right, so how you spending your downtime during these trying times? I say, like you streaming anything good or following any type of YouTube channels or something that put some people on to possibly?
Downtime. I get down with a little bit of 2K, a little bit of Madden. But I've actually seen my what can I say? My attention for that like going in different directions since all this shit happened for real. Like I think what I'm mostly focused on now is like empowering like my nieces and nephews. I've actually seen them come up with a lot of like skills and business ideas for real from my niece Grace that paints. I actually have a painting on my, you know what I'm saying, on my Instagram junk that she done for me. You know what I'm saying? That lion paint. I'm not sure if you've seen that junk on there. But she did that for me. You feel what I'm saying? To my nephew Malachi that, he wants to make sure he's an entrepreneur. He's just a superstar. He got he got a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, going on. You feel what I'm saying? But
future mogul.
Yeah, real talk. You feel what I'm saying? So my niece Tolu that, she has a podcast. Man, I can't think of it right now. I'm sorry, Tolu. I know you're gonna get me for this one. I know you're gonna, but
it's cool. But if you could remember it, send me the information. I'll post the link on the
yes,
on YouTube.
Indeed. Past this child. But I can't think of the channel. But so she gives you the aspect of like coming from like, because my oldest brother is a pastor down Texas, and she's the oldest of his kids. So she gives you the aspect coming from there, how it is being a pastor's child, and the ups and downs of that. For real. She's actually starting her own clothing line for merch for the channel and things like that. Just giving back, trying to give back. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's how I spend most of my downtime. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Trying to think of different ways that I can like do things for people that like I didn't have when I was younger or shit like that. For real. I've always been like that, trying to like trying to better the next generation or better the next man for real. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a lot of it though. You know what I'm saying? I spend a lot of time trying to like trying to be in like what can I call it? I don't want to say silence, but just like trying to meditate on different things and shit like that for real. You feel what I'm saying? That's when I think most of my best ideas come from. You feel what I'm saying? So I use this time and snacks. You feel what I'm saying? So this time was crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think it was a blessing. I think it brought a lot out of people. So you feel what I'm saying? I think it brought a lot of good shit out of people. But yeah, that's how I spend most of my downtime, for real, for real. If I'm not on the sticks, for real, might be, trying to think of new ideas to do this or do that, for real. But yeah, man.
Okay. So you most creative, or your creativity comes from your downtime?
Downtime, quiet time, bouncing ideas off of different people, and watching comedy, man. This is my thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know people got their own genres and shit like that. Mine is comedy. It off bucks. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I need my comedy. I need different jumps like that. Like, I think my comedy is the escape from the crazy shit that's going on in the world, for real. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody needs to laugh, for real. I think that shit is just healthy. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so
They say laughter is the best medicine.
yeah, I think so though, man. I will honestly have to say yeah, man, because that should just like shake you out of a bad mood, for real type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you could be in the funk and the motherfucker come around with some crazy funny shit, and you be like, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, man, what the fuck we about to do today? You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's good shit, man. You feel what I'm saying? It's some good comedy out there, man.
Do you follow All Def Digital?
I do not. We speaking about what particular?
All Def Digital is a platform that Russell Simmons came up with. I want to say maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But he got a bunch of Black creators, and he allowed them to, create content under his name. They came with a bunch of different material that's on the internet right now. But a lot of internet personalities, a lot of comedians came through there, and they've been thriving off of that. Like when Russell got in trouble, the company ended up shutting down, and then I think T.I. and somebody else is ended up buying the rights to it, and now they developing it again. But they got a lot of good content, and that shit is dumb funny. But they also that's another reason. When I was watching this podcast that a comedian have on stage, and another comedian, Doughboy. He was the heavyset dude that was a wild out with the red hair back in the day.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so
I follow Kevin on stage. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had this podcast called Righteous and Ratchet, and when I was looking at it at their basis, they talk about a lot of topical things, but it was them just being themselves, having a conversation like me and you are doing right now. And I was like, man, this shit is dope. And that's kind of like what I want to do.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? So watching them, to hear more, Patrick Cloud, Keon Poley, Tony Baker, watch them develop their shows, and it kind of gave me motivation. So besides the fact that, and then they got Kevin on stage on his Patreon, he has like a digital creators program and a step-by-step class on how to, work all different platforms. And he's giving you game, on how to, improve.
Yeah.
So, I give shout out to Russell Simmons for building that platform and putting those people, in my circumference. But you ever seen Roast Me?
Is that when they in the classroom setting?
Yeah. That's how I found out about All Def Digital.
Okay.
It popped up on my Facebook feed one day, and then you know how it is when your phone be listening to your shit. Next thing you know, what I'm saying? You start seeing those individuals on your Facebook feed or your IG feed or your YouTube feed.
Yeah.
So I started, finding these people's platforms and going from there. But I'll send you some links on some stuff that's real funny. on some real shit.
Yes, indeed. I thought we was talking about like the old Def Comedy Jams. You know what I'm saying? When you first said it, because you know that's on Amazon Prime right there.
Yeah. So this is a new age version of that. This is, you know, a digital version of that.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? So with everything that's going on, it's so many opportunities for you to be your own boss and put content out there, because right now, you know, big companies like NBC, HBO, and anybody that's, you know, that shoots network TV or cable TV, they don't have content because they can't have people on site.
Yeah.
So it's an opportunity for people to create their own content, shoot it professionally, and sell it or license them to these companies. Like I'm in the process of writing a script for a TV show that I've been thinking about for years.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I'm writing the story out, and I'm gonna get somebody to professionally edit the script, and then once I get it licensed and everything, you know, if I can't shoot it myself, I'm gonna try to sell the script.
Most definitely,
because I think it's gonna be dope.
Yes, indeed, man.
So,
that's
you know,
shit right there, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of good content out there that people aren't hip to. I try to hip people to as many, you know what I'm saying, creators and stuff like that, or just different stuff. Period.
Exactly.
Like anything besides the normal.
Yeah. No. I agree with that. There's definitely a lot out here right now.
Okay. So, with the time being what it is, I know you gotta go. This has been dope, man.
It has though, man. You know? I'd love to come back anytime you want me, man. You feel what I'm saying? We definitely gotta do this again. I love this setup right here.
Well, it all depends on what this cookie you gave me do to me. Because it's loud.
You might hate me for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But you're gonna enjoy that. You're gonna enjoy that. You feel what I'm saying? I would say start with half and then work your way up. But
how about I start with a piece?
To each his own. Yeah. Hey, listen, to each his own. Who am I to judge? but you know, man, this was definitely dope, man. I would love to end it with, you know, with any question that, you know, you wanna go out on if you want to do that.
I mean, we pretty much covered up everything that I had on my list.
Yes, indeed.
So,
man.
I mean, let's do it again.
Yes, indeed.
You know,
man.
I got a couple people lined up for my next couple shoots, but most definitely we could do this again.
I definitely.
And anytime, you know what I'm saying? My whole goal, as I stated before, I Can't Make This Up podcast is a platform that, you know, where I invite my guests on, and you know, I interview them and I have them, you know, tell my audience a little bit about themselves. We have dope conversation and we share stories that, you know, about our lives, and some of it sounds crazy as hell, and it's too good to be made up.
Hey man, listen, man, you've only heard the tip of the iceberg from both of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? But I wanna go out and say this. I wanna go out on this note, man, for the kid or the teenager, man, that feels like, you know what I'm saying, you don't fit in, or you just different, or you feel what I'm saying, something ain't right where you at, man. Embrace the feeling, man. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're different for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? That uniqueness is for a purpose, and it's all about what you do with it, man. You feel what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Martin Luther King and Malcolm X felt different at a state and time. You feel what I'm saying? So, man, never try to fit in. Always be who you are. You feel what I'm saying? And embrace every stage of life that you're in. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the time, T. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, yes, man, won't you let the people know where they can reach you?
Oh, man, Simply Decadence Catering. That's on IG. You feel what I'm saying? You got me, Emmanuel Tawo on Facebook, man. Chef Tawo on Facebook. We have the website coming soon, man. You want to make any inquiries about, you know, catering, or, you know, the items that I talked about in here, the sauce, the Simply Decadent sweet chili sauce, sweet chili buffalo sauce. You can hit up Simply Decadence Catering at gmail.com. We also are working on what is this? We also are working on rib rubs. We're working on brisket rubs. We're working on, you know, just our own authentic seasoning that you can just put on chicken, beef, whatever, man. Throw it in some ramen noodles. You feel what I'm saying? We wanna go down that route, and man, we will be doing a pop up soon for all that. Anything you need, man. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Reach out. You feel what I'm saying? Gotta show love to the podcast, man. And for T have me on here, I appreciate that, man. Real
Hey
talk.
man, that's dope. Y'all heard it here first. So when that pop up comes and I'm talking about it,
Yeah.
make sure y'all show up and support, man.
Yes indeed, man.
So this has been dope, and with the time constraints that we're on right now, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And y'all know where y'all can reach me on IG, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. I Can't Make This Up podcast. I can't with a K.
Yeah.
I Can't Make This Up podcast, and you can also find us everywhere podcasts are available: Apple, Google, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, iHeart. Just if you can get a podcast on your device, on your watch,
it's there,
on your phone, on your laptop, on your MacBook, on whatever, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, share, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it even more if you, would do it more than once, spread the love. But I ain't forcing nobody, saying I'm just
man. Share the shit out of good content, man. If you feel like it's good content, share the shit out of it, man. Real talk.
And if you got any stories that you want to share or you want to be a guest on my show, reach out to me.
Yes, indeed.
You can message me at any one of those platforms. I Can't Make This Up podcast at Gmail also. So hey, do your thing. This has been another great installment. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Yes, indeed, man.